What's going on, y'all? It's your homie B from All Day I Play, coming to you all to talk to you a little bit about Destiny 2, which was just officially announced yesterday by Bungie. I don't know if you all saw this. They uploaded their Twitter, their Facebook, all social media avenues, if you would, to let everyone know, yes, it's coming out, as if we already didn't know that already. But officially, it's been announced, and I have a few things that I wish they would, fix. So here's the thing. Destiny 1 was cool for me personally. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed rolling around with my homies on co-op. But, there was just a lot there that was missing. And even though we had a bunch of DLC, from the Dark Below, the House of Wolves, the Taken King, and the Rise of Iron, I still felt that there was a lot, for me personally, that could have been done. And I wasn't the most hardcore Destiny player. I definitely put in a bunch of hours, but my light rating was only 353. The grind aspect of the game is something that I dig it, but I don't have as much time to really get into. And I know there's a ton of people. I have a ton of friends on my friends list, as well as, my personal friends, because sometimes friends list and real friends are completely different. But as I was saying, I know a lot of people go hard on Destiny. I know a lot of people spend a ton of time unlocking all the weapons, unlocking all the armor. Those are things that I would love to do, but I just don't have the time to do. Not even always the time to do. I don't have the perseverance to do. Because I get bored very easily, and there's a ton of games that I love to play, and so being stuck on one game for an extended period of time and having to grind and grind and grind to really get in, to get the most out of the game, I get it, but it's just not for me. And I'm sure there's going to be a ton of that in Destiny 2, but like I said, these are a few things that I hope will really kick it up a notch in the second installment. So the first thing I have is the story. The lore of the game is very impressive, but it's not really fleshed out through the actual title. A lot of it is done through the Grimoire card system, which I get it, you weren't able to fit everything in or whatever happened during the development cycle. I want to be able to play the game, and I want the story to kind of, come through as I play naturally and not have me go to a website and look up something and read something. Is that lazy? It might be, but so what? That's not what I want. I want it to be natural. I want it to kind of be like, a Horizon where, the story itself plays out. And while there's some codecs and stuff like that, it still will play audio, in the audio background while you're still continuing your adventure. So I really hope with the pedigree of Bungie and what they've done with Halo, of course, and, Marathon, Oni, don't be mad. Don't be mad. I dug Oni back in the day. I just really hope that the story fleshes out a lot more. So the second thing I would say would be the procurement of weapons and armor. The grind is cool. I get it. But if you're going to have me grind, have the elements, have different landscapes for me to see, have different mission paths for me to take. I don't mind grinding if it's not the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like the first game did there weren't enough locales. Everything was, once you were in Earth, which is not really Earth, it's just Russia. The moon, Venus, Mars, everything was just like, it was the same over and over again. And I really think that even if they sectioned out different areas, if I could continue to grind, but there's, new things to see, new stories to hear, I won't mind that at all. I'll actually welcome that, and I'll spend a lot more time. But if I'm playing the same thing over and over again, if I'm playing the same missions over and over again, for me, it just gets so tiring. It gets so boring. And even though I get to play with my homies, it's still like, yo, we did this mission literally 30 million times. I need to do something else. And that was the biggest frustration I had with Destiny. Towards the end, it was just like, why am I still playing this? I know the only reason why I'm still playing this is because I get to shoot stuff in the face with my friends. And that's it. And there's other games that I can do that with. So why do I need to continue to play this? The third thing I would say would be more of in terms of your weapons, I get that there are, specialty weapons, and that's cool and everything like that, but I wish there was more attachment options. And I don't mean necessarily go all Call of Duty and whatnot and get the grip and get the sight and all that stuff, but just something, a little bit more meaningful as far as keeping this weapon, because I may like this weapon, but I want the ability to upgrade that weapon. I want the ability to continue to use that weapon because it feels well to me. I don't want to just get guns because it's going to be better in PvP or it's going to be better in this instance. And I understand that that's part of the game, but if I have something that I love, allow me to continue to upgrade it, continue to use that weapon for a long time. And then if I find something else, I'll move over to that. And so I feel like that the weapon selection, from a standpoint of not so much, your specialty weapons, but the weapons overall, I feel like there was a lot of trash. If you take a look at like Borderlands, for instance, I felt did a great job with the weapon selection. And even though, there were some guns that were, the high tier weapon, there still were a ton in the middle there, as I progressed, that it was like, this is the weapon that I'm going to use. I'm going to take out all these cats with this weapon. And then I had, the 4 weapon slot there. I just feel like Destiny was a little bit restrictive in that regard. And I hope they really work on just giving you a little bit more options in terms of how you want to kill stuff. Another thing I would really like for, to go into the second game would be a lot more mission variety. So of course we had the strikes, we had the story missions, you had your raids, and I'll be honest with you, I only completed 1 raid, and that's really because there was no matchmaking option, and I understand why they didn't go with a matchmaking option there. Mostly because, you want to have communication, so you want to have 6 people that, you're actually talking to, but you might not always have that option. That just may not be the option for someone. And so I hope that they will be a little bit more inclusive for people who do, work a lot and don't always have, the time because they do have a family that they have to take care of and spend time with. And I get it, the people who put in the work, they deserve to be rewarded the most. But there's also a subset of people who want to really enjoy your game, want to really enjoy the lore, want to enjoy the weapons, everything that you have to throw at them. But you got to give them a little bit of, just something more that keeps them involved. Because like I said, as me personally, I buy a ton of games. So if you don't keep me involved, it's on to the next one. It is what it is. For me to have to really like dig deep, dig, to be able to play, the most memorable portion of your game in your raids, it's like, why do I play it? Why do I play this game? And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like, even though I might not have all the time, I'm still involved. I'm still able to, get some people together that might not be 6 people, but give me a different mission variety that's, maybe a little bit more, in depth than a strike or, a nightfall. That just has the ability to have less people because we're not always able to get 6 people together. It's just reality. And you might fault me for that, and that might be my bad, but I want to play the game. If you want me to play your game, give me a reason to stick around. That's all I got to say. And that's all I have for y'all today. And I appreciate you all listening to my little rant here and going off about Destiny. Again, I know there's folks that, really get into it. More power to y'all. I appreciate that on behalf of Bungie, even though I don't work for them at all. But you all are the ones that continue to allow them to create more and more content. And, it's definitely thanked by someone like me who wants to play everything and doesn't have all the time to just focus on one game because I get bored. So check me out. All Day I Play. Your homie B again. Subscribe, like, comment below, and always remember to play all day. Peace.